Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Trillium, issue 5. And before I start talking about this issue, just want to give you guys a little update. Of course, I have episode 25 of Comic Uno, a milestone episode. And actually this week I don't have a lot of comics, so there's only 2 exclusive comics. Well, technically 3. I'll also count TMNT micro series, the Shredder issue 8. Then we have Green Arrow issue 26. And Marvel Knights X-Men issue 2. So if you want to go check those out, go check out Comic Uno episode 25 on DarkAvengerINC. But let's talk about Trillium issue 5. This is a Vertigo comic book. I guess this is really the only printed indie I got this week. I also got Morning Glories printed, but that was from last week and I already reviewed that. And also I got, again, digitally, I will be reviewing the Shredder TMNT issue, so this is kind of the only printed indie I got though this week, and I've been really enjoying this series. It's a love story of science fiction and the 1920s. It's an interesting series because you get history, sci-fi, like how do you do that, and they do it here. And one thing that drew me to the series is the uniqueness of the series, especially in the layout. The first issue was one half was William's story and the other half was Nika's story, and they both met up. And now in this issue, it does have a fun layout like that, where we get to see this half, the top half is Nika's story and the bottom half is William's story. And let's just say everything's topsy-turvy in this issue. And you get to see that with the cover, because William is in Nika's costume and Nika's is in William's costume. And we learn a little bit more about these people's past, which we thought we already knew their past, but we learn even more in detail with their past as the other one lives in each other's shoes for a little while. So yeah, that's what's going on in this issue actually. We get to see Nika, something wrong with her because she went to war, and ever since she went back to war, she saw this temple, which is a temple we've seen in this series, and she's come back, and she's a little crazier, and her sister's taking care of her, and her captain wants her to go back to the forest, and this is William's story, where there was something wrong with William. He went to the hospital after the war, and then he came back, and he saw Nika, and this whole series started. So again, Nika is living in William's shoes. Then we can see William. He sees that obviously something's going on in his town. They still need the flowers for whoever's sick. And we get to see the undertones of that. It's like, oh, do you have the flu? Like, what's going on here? And then we get to see actually William's brother replace like the captain in Nika's story. And then William's brother, her captain's actually kind of like William's brother in her story. So we're seeing a replacement of all these different characters. And I'm guessing the sister is probably Essie, because Essie was in William's story, but the sister reminded me of Essie, so that's my guess, that she's the computer technically, like saying, oh, you should do this, and Essie's always been her best friend, kinda. And then in the end, Nika finds a flower, and she's like, I'm supposed to remember something, and she does remember William in the end, and William remembers Nika, so they always go back to each other, and we'll have to see next issue will still be them in these different bodies. At first I'm like, I don't know what direction this is going, because I would say it's very meta, it's confusing, it is, but I think with the layout, it was fun. It was something so different that I haven't seen, and with a love story, you do want to see the other person live in another person's shoes and fully understand them. And again, for a love story, this totally made sense. And I didn't feel like this was a repeat. At first, you don't even notice that it's the past of William. You're like, oh, this is William's story. I got it. Now you're understanding. And then as the issue goes on, you understand, look at these parallels. And there's times where both their stories do parallel, like right here. This page is a perfect example where William's story sees the suit and Nika's story also sees the suit. So then you're noticing these parallels. And again, you just have to really concentrate on this issue. And I think this issue is definitely something that you should at least read twice to totally understand it. But it's a very fun issue, very creative issue, and I don't know if it really progresses the story that much of this temple. It kind of just defines how mysterious this temple is and how their relationship is so mysterious, and we don't know much about it, and I guess they don't even know much about it because they really haven't interacted so much with each other. But they're learning so much about each other without interacting with each other, and they learn so much because of this issue. I'm really wondering what direction they're going with this, because again, this is very on the confusing side, very on the meta side, I would say. And I think we're gonna see, hopefully, Nika and William go back to their own places, and hopefully see this whole love story continue and see what happens with the temple, and really, really get to the Act 3 of this mini-series. But really enjoyed this issue, and at first, I thought it was a little confusing. I thought I didn't enjoy it as much as I really did, and I think if you really think about it, and after you at least read it a second time, maybe read Nika's story and then read William's story, because I read it Nika, William, and that's also the fun thing about this. You could pick the way you want to read it. So I'm going to give this a 4.5. I honestly really did enjoy this one, and it was very creative, and that's why it did get a boosted rating. Because the story, it's not much happening in this story, but it's a very character development type story and a very creative story. So I give it 4.5. Hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno, and guys, don't forget to follow me on Twitter for Comic Uno and the rant situations, and don't forget to like my Facebook page, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.